Hello, this is Jim Roberts once again. We're here for another segment of Senior Living in Alexandria. I'm extremely pleased to have with me Rhonda Williams, who's with the City of Alexandria. She's in the Division of Aging and Adult Services, and that's in the Department of Community and Human Services. She's here with us, and there's a lot of things that the City of Alexandria does that she does personally that relate to the particular problems of seniors, and we're going to try to learn a little bit about what those problems are and maybe what some of the solutions are that her department or with others is able to work through. So Rhonda, without further ado, welcome, and really glad you're here to share with us your background and information. Tell us a little bit about how you got into this and what your background is.
I'm a licensed clinical social worker.
Okay.
I love mental health. I always knew that's what I was going to do, is be in mental health. I didn't know exactly what field. I studied lifespan psychology, and then I found that I really, really enjoyed older adults. I do lifespan, but I enjoy older adults, and so I specialized in that area. And for the last 20 years, I've worked in the City of Alexandria on the older adult mental health team, and I now run the team. So what I really enjoy about it is that regardless of where you've been and what's gone on in your life, our goal is to try to help make where you are now and how you want the rest of your years to be as good as they can be.
You spoke of a team. What does that mean?
Well, I have a team of mental health professionals that work with me, psychologists and licensed clinical social workers. We work with the psychiatric staff also. We have psych nurses and a psychiatrist who consults with us. But my team is very mobile. We work all around the city. We go to senior centers, senior residences. We provide a lot of information, education. We go to people who are shut in, and we'll provide services in their home. So we're not really in one location.
What are some of the particular problems that are unique to an aging population? What sorts of things what happens when you get older that maybe you didn't encounter younger, or your lifestyle changes or whatever? What are some of the issues that you see in your practice?
Well, Erickson believed that we went through life stages, and that when you hit the older adult range, that the life stage that you are working through is generativity versus despair. And what his theory is that an older adult who's contributing and feeling good about how they've spent life or how they're spending life now ages more successfully. And we're all about successful aging. So I really like that theory, and I don't like the theory of despair side as much of it, correct?
Not.
Right?
Right.
But people can get caught in despair because as we age, so many life changes do happen. Job roles change, there's deaths of loved ones, there's maybe changes in health, sometimes there's changes in economic status. Some of those things people can learn to work with. They can become resilient. They can learn how to adapt and become generative. They can give back to others. They can feel that their life is still successful. But sometimes people need a little help if that's been a big change. My team serves all older adults, and we like for older adults to age healthily and well. And many people don't really understand that your body and your mind are so connected. For example, more than 50% of the people who have a heart attack will experience depression in the first 3 months after it.
I see.
So, and that's because the body and mind really are connected. It's not like your head's separate from your body. There's a chemical reaction that's happening in both places.
What causes them to know there's a Department of Adult and Aging Services, and that's a source of help? How do people know who you are and that you're a source of help?
Well, we do try to get the word out, but it's we have been doing articles in the community newspapers.
Okay.
Also, because we're connected with the Agency on Aging and the Department of Aging, many times the first place that people will call when they're looking for help for a loved one, regardless of what type of help, is the Agency on Aging. Fortunately, we're right under that roof.
Say that. We're going to come back and try to see how that system works. We're going to go for a short break, but we'll be right back, and we'll let people learn more about what you do.
I'm Marianne Beatty with Senior Services of Alexandria, and we're here at Inova Hospital with Steve Questenberry, the new chef. And thanks, Steve, for joining us and being on our show.
My pleasure. I've always wanted to be videotaped cooking,
a
so
TV
this works
star.
perfectly.
That's right. That's right. So anyway, before we start making a yummy recipe, can you give us a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay.
And,
Well, I've been a chef for the last 20 years or so. Most recently, before coming to Alexandria, I was at Fair Oaks Hospital for the last 4 years, working with them over there. Before that, I was in catering. I did a company called Balducci's for a while.
Oh, okay.
I've got to do work for the James Beard Foundation, so I've had
excellent.
a pretty
A good-
sordid
yeah.
career as a chef, for
Yeah,
sure.
excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're going to make something springy today. What are we
Absolutely.
going to do?
We're doing a wild mushroom and green pea risotto today.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to garnish it with a little micro bull's blood, which is a micro
Oh, I don't know
beet
that.
green.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
We're using local mushrooms and local micro herbs.
Oh, but let's get started.
All right. Well, the first thing we're going to do is start our pan for the risotto. Gonna add a little oil. We're gonna add some of our onions. And we're gonna add some minced up garlic. Now what we're doing right here is, it's called sweating. Sweating is when you saute vegetables in a very little bit of oil at a lower temperature with a little bit of salt and pepper. So this is where everything kind of comes together during this process. Start adding the stock. It wakes up all of the flavors of the wine.
Yeah.
You got the sweated vegetables in there, the garlic.
And
the
it's
onions.
important to keep stirring, right?
Very important
Yeah.
to keep stirring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so yummy. It's nice to be able to do something that's healthy but interesting and tasty and yeah.
I always get into conversations. Every once in a while, you run into a foodie up there. We'll talk about websites and
Oh, right,
just
right.
cool stuff. You know?
Yeah. Do patients give you recommendations?
Oh,
or-
all the time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Get plenty of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so here with the risotto, you can see that it's starting to soften up a little bit. You
Yeah.
can tell because the center is very bright white and the outsides are starting to become a little translucent. Okay. So we're about 5 minutes away from it being soft, being
okay.
ready to turn off and finish. and
Alrighty.
eat.
Okay.
So we're gonna put a little more stock. Okay.
And so then once this has gotten to where it needs to be, then we add the
We're gonna, right before it's completely finished,
Yeah.
we add our mushrooms.
Yeah.
We're gonna cook it a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll add our green peas at the end and our Parmesan cheese at the end.
Okay.
Then we taste it to make sure to see if it needs salt or not. And then from there, we're gonna plate it and garnish it with a little bit of the micro bull's blood.
Oh,
To
sounds good.
yeah. I do have one already made back there, so we can just throw everything in.
Yeah.
Okay, not too far away. All right. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put in the mushroom.
Yeah. You have to-
All right. Cook this through for about a second.
Okay.
You can already see if you look at it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
already changed the
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
everything about
Oh,
the
that
the
looks
dish.
really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it smells wonderful,
Oh,
too.
it's a good one. It's a
Yeah,
nice dish.
yeah.
Okay. You
All
wanna
right,
Go ahead? Go
sure.
ahead.
Here we go, some peas.
Grab our cheese, the Parmesan over there.
Okay,
All right. We're just gonna do. We'll sprinkle in. here.
okay.
Just, okay.
Yummy.
Yeah. Turn this off.
Oh, that looks yum.
Okay. Then from here. Okay. You can go ahead and plate it up real quick.
All righty.
All right.
So this is really a nice spring menu. Really very, oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of directions you can go with this. We
Yeah.
can make this very healthy. We
Yeah.
can omit the cheese, not put any cheese in at all.
Mm-hmm.
Add more vegetables.
Uh-huh.
You know.
And tell me a little bit about these microgreens.
Well, this is a cultivated beet green.
Uh-huh.
The whole micro thing is just kind of a really cool trend that you see in restaurant world right now.
Uh-huh.
You know, everybody's doing it, finishing with it. The thing about microgreens is they're really beautiful if you look at them.
Yeah.
They're just really beautiful to look at.
They are pretty.
They come in great
Colors
varieties and colors.
Right, yeah.
But they have tons of flavor too. You know, for such a little thing, there's a lot of flavor to it.
Very good.
And it just looks nice, you know. All right, so we got that. I'm going to do a little bit just right nested on top.
Okay.
Right.
Very artistic.
Yes. And that's it.
Oh, voila. Oh, that looks really nice.
So if you guys would like to have a taste.
Yes, we'd love one. So I'm just going to show our camera here. So this is a spring mushroom risotto. And we will put the recipe on our website. And let's have a little taste.
Okay.
All righty. Bon appetit.
Hello, I'm Vanessa Greene, and I'm the Senior Center Director of the Senior Center at Charles Houston, located inside of the Charles Houston Recreation Center at 901 Wythe Street in Alexandria, Virginia. We are the East End Senior Center, and we're open for seniors age 60 and older who reside on the east end of Alexandria, east of North Jordan Street in Alexandria. We offer a variety of social, recreational, wellness activities for our senior group. Our seniors have fun daily, coming in, playing games, doing exercises such as arthritis exercise, yoga, and staff-led stretching exercises to get the morning started, as well as individual walks within the center as well as around the community. We also are considered to be a congregate meal site in that we serve lunches daily, Monday through Friday, at the noon hour. The congregate meal program helps a lot of our seniors who don't like to eat alone or like to eat in a group setting, as well as it provides a nutritionally balanced opportunity for a meal, and you don't have to prepare it. Our meals are catered in through Jeffrey's Catering of Alexandria, Virginia. There's a unique history with the Senior Center at Charles Houston. We were formerly known as the Crunch Bunch, and this center has been in operation since 1972, which is approximately 43 years. Can you believe that? A senior center for 43 years. Again, we are open Monday through Friday from 8:30 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We go on trips as well, cultural field trips, as well as weekly shopping trips to local area shopping malls and centers. We also attend plays. We go to musicals and concerts. And now that the weather is heating up, we look forward to our Wednesday and Friday pool days at the center. We have a trained volunteer who comes to offer assistance with our seniors for those who want to learn how to swim or just to navigate in chest-high water. Additionally, during the summer months, we go to the various parks and outdoor centers for cookouts and picnics. We also like to attend open-air concerts at various parks and centers throughout the metropolitan area. To join our center, we suggest that you call our number 703-746-5456, or please visit us on our web at chseniors.wordpress.com. Once again, our number is 703-746-5456, or you can visit us on the web at chseniors.wordpress.com. Come and join us if you're 60 years of age and older. You won't regret it. You'll have a wonderfully fun time at our center. Come see us soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Mary Lee Anderson, Executive Director of Senior Services of Alexandria, and I'm here today to tell you about what's happening for seniors in Alexandria during the month of May. We're fully into springtime now, and there's lots of great things happening. The first is kind of a fun twist on a really old favorite, The Odd Couple. The Little Theater of Alexandria is having a production that runs from the end of April all the way through May 15th. And it's the female version of The Odd Couple. You can find out more by going to the Little Theater of Alexandria's website and find out how to get tickets and make your reservations for what I'm sure will be a very fun evening. Second thing that I want to make sure that you all know about is a little bit more serious. The idea of caregiver support is one that we have found to be very important to the community. So many of us are taking care of older family members, and it can be a very stressful thing for everyone involved. And it's important to have an outlet where you can go and talk to other people that understand what you're experiencing. And so we're very pleased to have come up with something with the folks at Griswold Home Care, and thanks to the facility at Emmanuel Church on the Hill, there is a new monthly caregiver support group that's held at Emmanuel Church on the Hill the second Thursday of every month in the evening. So for those that work and are taking care of an older loved one, it's a place where you can go and spend an hour or two just to be able to decompress and talk to other people that understand what you're going through, and to make it a little bit easier for you and for your loved one as well. You can find more about that by calling the folks at Griswold and making a reservation to let them know that you're coming, and the number's on your screen. So please do consider taking advantage of this wonderful service. There's no charge associated with it, and there is a professional therapist that's available to help facilitate the conversation. So we're very grateful for this new resource for our community. Another thing that I think you might be interested in doing if you're artsy craftsy, and I am certainly not, but I envy those of you that are, and if you'd like to share your talents, if you are really into knitting or crocheting or doing artwork, or just arts and crafts activities, the folks over at the Senior Center at Charles Houston Rec Center are looking for people to come help work with other seniors who might want to learn about some new skills and new talents in this regard. If you're interested in volunteering and sharing your time and your talent, you can find out more by going to the Volunteer Alexandria website, and they'll let you know and make a match so that you can go over there and help out. There's another very important event that's happening in May, and that's at the end of the month on Wednesday, May the 27th. Senior Services of Alexandria and the Successful Aging Committee are co-sponsoring the annual Health and Fitness Fair. It'll be held at the Lee Center, which is over at near 495, just off the Beltway in Alexandria. And it's a combination of our regular speaker series event. We'll have speakers coming from the Division of Aging and Adult Services and Inova Alexandria Hospital, talking about memory issues and mental health issues that are important for seniors and their families to know about. And then we'll break out into some fun work sessions that will be going on all throughout the rec center. We have some massage therapists coming to give free shoulder massages from the folks up at the Wellness Center at Bradley Shopping. And then we also have hearing screenings from the Northern Virginia Resource Center for the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. Walgreens is coming to do blood pressure screening, and also prescription consultation to make sure that you're not mixing any prescriptions that you shouldn't. And we also will have a yoga demonstration. I think we're going to have belly dancing again this year too, and there'll be some wonderful refreshments to have as well. So it really will be a fun morning. You can register for that by going to Senior Services website at seniorservicesalex.org or by calling our office at 703-836-4414. I hope to see you at one of these events during the month of May. Thanks very much.
We're back again with Rhonda Williams from the Division of Aging and Adult Services, City of Alexandria, and we're having a discussion today of the particular problems and solutions that confront the aging population in Alexandria, and we're trying to figure out how all this works for people that may suffer problems. Let's take a look at maybe prevention or healthy instead of dwelling. What are the characteristics? What do you have to do to remain mentally healthy?
I'm really glad you asked that. I really love to encourage people to promote resilience and good mental health. We take trainings all around the city, and we will go in and provide consultation to people. But it's important to learn to take care of the small things in your life. For example, earlier when I said that, did you know that a person that's had a heart attack is 50% chance of having depression? Well, if you are taking good care of your physical health, you can prevent a lot of mental health problems as an older adult. For example, many of the types of dementia that are developed are connected to things like poorly managed high blood pressure or poorly managed diabetes. So if you're taking good care of your physical health, doing your best with that, then you're doing good prevention. Likewise, doing things for other people is great. One of the things I love about Senior Services of Alexandria is that they have many senior volunteers. And doing things that help other people helps create the positive serotonins in your own brain to fight depression. Exercise is really important. Physical exercise is good because of the serotonins in your brain. We also have a new area that we've been encouraging people and studying, and it's not even hard to do. It's called neurobics, but it's basically, yeah.
Okay.
Neurobics. It's basically training your brain to stretch a little. We get routine. For example, if you're a math brain and you're very comfortable with math, you probably like to play math games, right? But you probably don't choose word games as often. And we would encourage you to pick the word game or vice versa.
To try things that you're not, test yourself, push yourself, challenge yourself.
Exactly.
Okay.
But one of the neat things about neurobics is you don't even have to pay a lot of money to do it. You just can do things like, for example, practice buttoning. If you're right-hand dominant, practice buttoning your shirt or your coat with your left hand, because it makes your brain work harder the other way, which is very important as we age, because regardless, as we age, we start to lose a little bit of brain cells. That's normal aging, but the brain has so many cells that we're not using. So if you teach the brain to reroute, you're keeping your brain stimulated, active, and growing instead of getting stuck in a rut and not remembering how to do things.
So it's really all the things they tell you to do lifelong, but it's magnified maybe as you age. But in terms of diet, exercise, health, nutrition, personal relationships, all those things, and you just maintain a healthy lifestyle. Is that the key?
Yes, maintaining a healthy lifestyle and making sure that you do know when you're not as resilient as you were. For example, maybe you've been struggling along for a little while. Perhaps you were doing really well with your healthy lifestyle, but it's just become a harder feeling lately. Well, then it's time to recognize that and say, okay, I need to find some help. Whether that help is actually mental health services or not, I don't know. But it can also be that you find a good friend, a pastor. It could be that you reach out to someone. And if they say, hey, you know, maybe we should go to somebody, mental health people aren't so scary. I'm not really going to bite somebody or I could look in your head and know all your secret thoughts.
Do you have an illustration of a situation where you had to, from the beginning to the end, it came to your attention? How did you organize your team? How did you interact? What was the nature of it? How long was the relationship? What kinds of outcomes? Do you have kind of a case study that you could maybe pull all these things together and this is somebody that has an issue and needs some help?
Yes, certainly. There's so many that I can think of. It's very common for us to get calls similar to the one you mentioned about an aging parent that's not doing as well. And we'll do free consultations, and after the free consultation, we'll let you know if we need to continue services. We work on a sliding scale fee, so if someone's on a limited income, it's a sliding scale and we bill insurance. But we also have had times when we have someone who presents. I had a gentleman who came to me and admitted that he was a hoarder. which is
A hoarder, okay.
a hoarder. I consult on the hoarding task force. That is a symptom of a mental illness. He said he was very depressed and he was hoarding, and he realized because he'd had a heart attack, he'd had a heart attack, and he got to thinking, you know, if my son has to come in here and clean out this house, this is not going to be a good thing. So he called himself and said he wanted to get help. So we started treating the depression first, because you're not going to have the energy to take care of the hoarding until you treat the depression. Many things can cause hoarding, but in this case, the depression was it.
Okay.
We started treating the depression. He started doing better. We got his blood sugar evened out because he hadn't been watching that really well, and that wasn't working as well for him either. Then we connected him with some aging services social workers who referred him to different groups that help sort through your stuff. And he got his house cleaned out. He was doing really well, started being active in the community groups.
Okay.
So he got exactly what we were talking about, the generativity side of Erickson's theory. He was going from despair up to generativity.
One of a personal note, you mentioned at the onset, you wanted to do this, you trained yourself for it, you've done it for a number of years, you're now in a counseling supervisory position. Did it work out? Is this rewarding, personally?
Yes,
Is
very
it satisfactory?
much. Very much.
Am I giving you good mental health counseling?
Yes, you are.
I think you're in a good place. No, that's a valuable service that you're providing and helping a lot of people. Do you work with other agencies, nonprofits? You know, like you mentioned senior services, but there's there's people that, you know, aging in the home or mental health
Yes.
or physical, you know, well-being, et cetera.
Absolutely. One
So
of the things
your team is not just your
We're
paid
interdisciplinary.
professionals, but other organizations or other professionals.
we link people to the services they need, and we have a case management aspect that makes sure that we put the best plan in place.
Okay.
Someone might need in-home health care services. Someone might need physical therapy coming in. They might need home companion or bathing, or like this gentleman needed help with a hoarding agency. And that's the beauty of being linked as a bridge program between mental health and aging services.
We're about out of time, and I think it's important. How would people find you?
The easiest way to reach us is to call the Department of Community and Human Services Central Intake. If you tell them that you want help with an older adult, or you want to talk to an older adult worker, they'll set you up with an intake with someone from my team.
Do you have that phone number? They'll put it on the screen?
Yes, it's 703-746-3400.
And is there a website or email address that people could commonly look at or refer to? Or too many of them?
There are way too many
I
of those.
suspected
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Well, if they get the phone number, that's probably the way that they would get a hold of you. So
That is the best way. They can also call the Agency on Aging. They know how to find me too.
Okay. All right, good. Well, we're out of time, but I do want to thank you very, very much for that information and trying to give an overview of some of the problems and maybe different ways that you've found ways to help provide solutions to that. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.